Jeff, what is that on that wall? Is that the Performing Arts Center?
So welcome to Prairie West. We are thrilled that you're here, and in particular, I'd like to thank the governor for joining us this afternoon. Governor, you were here almost. Exactly 4 years ago to the day when we opened Meadowview and Token Springs Elementary schools, and you were the state superintendent then, and we're just honored to have you back in Sun Prairie. So thank you for being here. This is indeed an historic day for this community, and we thank you all for coming out to visit your school. I just have a couple of brief introductions I'd like to make. I'd like to start with introducing the school board. So they're out here someplace, I promise. Carol Albright, Bryn Horton, Tom Weber, LaToya Holliday, Diana McFarland, and Alan Foster, and Karen Dietrich, a past school board member for 24 years who just retired in April, is also here. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your extraordinary work. I want to thank all of the elected representatives who are here. This school district encompasses 79 square miles, and we're in 10 municipalities. And I don't have time to thank everybody who's here, but I know the mayor of Sun Prairie, Paul Esser, and his wife, Carol Esser, are here, so I want to thank them for being here, as well as the Sun Prairie Administrator, City Administrator, Aaron Oppenheimer is here. State Senator Melissa Agard is here someplace. I saw her when she came in, but Liz, I want to thank you for being here as well. And I know we have representatives from the 10 municipalities here as well, and we welcome them to Sun Prairie West. Very briefly, I'd like to thank the Secondary School Space Committee. They met for 9 months to get us to this point. I'd also like to thank the Secondary Boundary Committee, which had to redraw the secondary boundaries, and they worked for many, many months to also get us to this day. A special shout out to the facilitator of those two groups, Dr. Joe Schroeder is here, and Joe, I want to thank you for all of your work. Also, the State School Board Association Executive Director, John Ashley, is here someplace. John, I saw you when you came in. Here he is. John, thank you for being here. We're honored by your presence. I'd like to thank some key people internally in particular. First, our senior leadership team, our superintendent, Dr. Brad Saron, and our two assistant superintendents, Stephanie Leonard-Whitty and Janet Rossiter, for their extraordinary leadership, not just to get this school up and running, but for what they do every day for kids. I want to thank our Director of Facilities, Kevin Suko, and our Director of Athletics, Eric Nee. When you reconfigure secondary schools, the amount of work that happens behind the scenes is extraordinary, especially going from Cardinal Heights, as most of you know, was an 8-9 building now to a 6-8. Just lots and lots of work, and they deserve our gratitude. Dr. Kurt Moll, Dr. Nick Rakoff, internally with the school district, I want to thank them. Their fingerprints are all over this building. Chris Sadler, our HR director, of course, you have to hire a lot of people when you build a new building, and Dr. Sadler, I want to thank you. Our extraordinary communications team, Patty Lutz and Adam Lung, thank you. And I want to thank Dr. Sarah Chayaparty, who's our Director of Secondary Education. She did so much work, again, behind the scenes. We appreciate all of that. I want to acknowledge the special relationship the Sun Prairie Area School District has with Findorf and Gray Architects. So those of you associated with those organizations, thank you, Matt and Jeff and the rest of your teams. We value that partnership we have with you. And how about a nice round of applause for all of the construction workers who made this possible for us. We had to go through COVID like all of you did, but in addition, the building projects and the reconfiguration it was amazing, and it was really a teamwork, and I want to thank everyone. I did mention that the vast majority, over 90% of the construction workers in these buildings were unionized. So just, that's something I'm very proud of. And last but not least, we had an employee in the school district. He was our construction manager, and his name was Paul Corbs. And he was our point person for not just this project, but the Prairie Phoenix Academy, as well as Central Heights. And Paul passed away a couple of months ago. And we know that he wanted to live to see today, and God had other plans for him. But I want to acknowledge Alan and Margaret Corbs, Paul's parents, who are here, and we're just so honored that you're here. And thank you for letting your son be here with us. He was an extraordinary man, and this building would not be what it is without your son. So thank you. Governor, we talk a lot about equity in schools, and I want you to know that out of 6 secondary buildings, they're all led by strong female leaders. And that's unusual in secondary schools. Of our secondary school administrators, almost 40% of them are leaders of color. And that's something we're very proud of in this school district. We don't just talk about equity, we're working to make this a more equitable school district. Last and certainly not least, I want to thank all of you, our community members. Without your support of the referendum in April of 2019, none of this would have happened. We were just at Prairie Phoenix Academy and the new Central Heights, and those are beautiful buildings as well. We also reconfigured East. East is only 12 years old, and we put a couple of $1 million into that this summer. In addition to all of our other buildings, we've spent millions and millions of dollars over the past few years to get them to a great place. But I want to thank the community. And we know that buildings don't teach kids, it's people. And last but not least, I want to thank the faculty and staff of this great school district who work their heart out on behalf of kids every single day. So a nice round of applause. And now it is my honor to introduce you to the 46th governor of the state of Wisconsin, the Honorable Dr. Tony Evers.
To be here. Just think about some of the data that you just heard. 2 flagship high schools, 12 years. It's amazing. It's amazing how this district has pulled it together. It's a pleasure for me to be here today to celebrate what an important milestone in this for the Sun Prairie School District, the community, and the grand opening of this great, breathtaking high school. It's just wonderful. West High School, Sun Prairie West High School. It kind of rolls off your tongue. Incredible events happening all across the city today, including Central Heights Middle School and Prairie Phoenix Academy. All 3 of these buildings are a real testament to what's possible when a community is committed to building a better, brighter future for the next generation. But obviously this achievement isn't without a heck of a lot of hard work, and you heard about that already. So for that, I want to thank some of these local leaders who made this possible, including the School Board President Schroeder, all the members of the Sun Prairie Area School District Board of Education, as well as District Superintendent Saron, and everybody else who played a really important role in creating this facility. Also want to take a moment just to thank 2 other organizations that are really important statewide, WPEN and WEAC, and their leadership. They do great work for our kids in schools, and their leadership actually happens to live in this community and play the vital role in getting this done. Finally, it's important to thank and recognize the members of the Sun Prairie community. You saw these projects through the referendum, and it's obvious you've made it possible. So thank all of you here today. It's one of the fastest growing cities in our state. The people of Sun Prairie saw the need for improved facilities for the kids to be able to learn and grow, and for educators to be able to do their jobs to the best of their abilities. And that's exactly what this new school will allow folks to do. The kids, this new school shows them that their community cares about their success and wants the best for their future. And to all the dedicated educators and educational staff, this new school shows that the community appreciates and values the work that you do, and you show up for these kids every single day. You know, I've said it before, and I say it again, I'll say it again today. What's best for our kids is what's best for our state, and this new high school is certainly what's best for the kids in this community. So to all the students, educators, staff, and families here today, have a great school year ahead of you, because right now, we sure do have a lot to celebrate. So with that, let's have a great school year, and go Wolves. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schroeder, for those warm introductions and welcomes to the community. The community is in the room right now. I'd also like to say just a heartfelt welcome and gratitude to the governor for being here. We know that by you being here today, and your schedule is jam-packed, that you actually had to say maybe not attending another event to be here today. And so we just really appreciate you being here. So I'm going to extend some of the gratitude that both Dr. Schroeder and Governor Evers talked about relative to the construction of not only this project, but the entire secondary reconfiguration that happened across the Sun Prairie Area School District. I want to start with Braden Architects, specifically Matt Wolford, Ryan Sands, and Maria Welch. They are here. Please raise your hands. Please give them a round of applause. Construction, Jeff Tubbs, Dave Shimoleski, Erica Freeman, Tom Hepler, Brian Cooley, and the entire team of Findorf, who went through the process of not only constructing this, but they did so during a pandemic with supply chain issues and construction inflation, and they helped us deliver this and the other projects for the Sun Prairie Area School District on time and on budget. Thank you to your team. Is not only a partner in the construction of this high school, our high school that's just 12 years old, and along with the other projects, but they also have hired two youth apprenticeships that worked for 2 years on this building that were students in our system. So I'd like to welcome Braden Strong and Andrew Dome to, please raise your hands if you're here. Example of students being involved not only of course in the classrooms and on the courts and on the fields, but also in meaningful career-oriented activities like the construction of this school. I'd also like to thank two people that helped us with this big move and big shift. We brought them in to help us with just the logistics behind it, and that's Marty Van Hooley and Michael Herding. Please give them a round of applause. Students that have been involved throughout this entire process. We had students involved in the task forces. We had students involved as members of the board, as student board representatives. Students have been involved in every step of this process, so please help me give gratitude toward our student body as they were involved in almost every step of this entire construction process. Education, specifically Dr. Steve Schroeder and all of the board members that have been a part of all of the task forces and construction committees to make sure that this project and all the projects were delivered on time and on budget and in a way that matched community expectations. So thank you to the school board for all of the hard work that you've done over these 7 years. I have a couple of people in the audience I think it's important to recognize.
Can the Gross family stand up, please? I hope we can find them. So please raise your hand. If you look into the center of the cafeteria, and they're waving right there, the Gross family is right in the middle. So
This is their property, isn't it? The Gross family?
the farm that was sold to the school district in order for us to be able to deliver a second high school on this side of the town was owned by the Gross family. And so we just appreciate your partnership and the opportunity to be able to deliver a building that's going to serve students and families for years and years and years to come because of your willingness to work with us on this location. Thank you. I'd also like to go ahead. A gentleman named Norm Danielson. He also partnered with the school district to add on 90 additional acres onto the backside of the original Gross farm, where we were able to not only construct the backside of this high school, but also Meadowview Elementary School. His name is up on this wall right here, along with some of the other people that have worked with the Sun Prairie Education Foundation to give donations to this school. And so I just want to express our appreciation for the unbelievable donation that Norm Danielson gave to this district to try to add on acreage so we could fulfill all of the athletic spaces that we wanted to add on to the north side of this spot like we did. Thank you, Norm. That this grand opening today is the closeout of a long-range facilities plan that actually began in 2015 with the opening, and then we opened in 2018 two elementary schools, Meadowview and Token Springs. It also included the renovation of Ashley Field, now the Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field, and the reconfiguration of all of our secondary schools. So this 8-year process, while it was challenging, it does represent how much the school district is grounded in community expectations, and I think it is also a signal that when a community rallies around a common and shared vision, they can do amazing things for a community, for kids, and for families. Thank you for the community for that collaboration and believing in the school district to try to deliver on such a project as amazing as this one. Thank you. The principal of Sun Prairie West High School, Jennifer Ploeger.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jen Ploeger, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the inaugural principal of Sun Prairie West High School. About a week ago, I was talking with one of our local news channels. And in the second interview we did, I think I said the word excited 72 times. To the point that the cameraman was giving me a really hard time about how excited I was. So don't worry, I came prepared today with my thesaurus. So I stand before you here today, and we are thrilled, exhilarated, elevated, animated, enlivened, electrified, stirred, moved, delighted, exuberant, enraptured, and feverish for the co-creation of this new Sun Prairie West community and this breathtaking facility. On Thursday, we welcomed in some of our Sun Prairie West student leaders who will be a part of our student leadership umbrella, Leaders of the Pack. Several of them are here with us today and will be greeting you throughout your time on campus with us. Leaders of the Pack, can you please stand up to be recognized? After years of dreaming, planning, and preparing, the excitement, nope, scratch that, exhilaration in the building as we walked around and students took in the space was contagious. Their eyes were wide and their minds were spinning with ideas, plans, dreams, and visions that we will bring to life together as we co-create what it means to be a West Wolf and who we will be as an equity-centered high school. We can't wait to welcome our 120 plus staff this week and 1,300 students on September 6th to launch our new school. Our theme this year is Sun Prairie West Goals 22-23, creating the future. We are excited to do just that, co-create the future of Sun Prairie West and to collaborate with you, our community, and the other two high schools, Sun Prairie East and Prairie Phoenix Academy, to create the future of Sun Prairie and beyond, as we support our scholars as they create their futures each and every day. This space offers a level of collaboration among staff, students and staff, and student to student that is simply state of the art. Learning communities that we affectionately refer to as DENs offer interdisciplinary teams and an opportunity to plan and learn together. Career and technical education that has been taken from the historical back corner of the high school to the heart of all that we do right here behind you in what we refer to as our knowledge markets. Our library pushes outside the walls of a traditional library into an additional open collaborative space right above you in the back. As students explored the space last Thursday, they kept repeating, "This is our school?" I can't wait. And we can't wait to show you our school today. Thank you for joining us. We are excited to welcome you into our new home. Let's cut the ribbon.